And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Starting off with some fire weather news. Rain is expected to slow fire activity, but so far it's been spotty, with most fires only having rain in some areas. And deep fuels are generally quite dry, allowing for the continuing burning in the duff even during the rain events, and new ignition is likely to surface from recent thunderstorms after conditions warm again. And the outlook is precipitation is likely for much of Alaska this week, but warming over the weekend may reawaken fires once again. And for the fire danger forecast for tomorrow, for Wednesday here, pretty low from coast to coast here, and still pretty high here over the lower Koyukuk into the Kobuk Valley areas. High to very high actually there, with high fire danger extending into the Seward Peninsula, into the Noatak Valley, and out to the northwest coast. And from there, looking at satellite imagery, cold front here pushing eastward right over Arctic Village, bringing some rain to that area there, all the way up to the eastern Arctic coast, and kind of breaking up through here as it extends back across the northern Bering Sea. And then we have an upper level low bringing a lot of shower activity to the southeast coast today, with cloudy skies, keeping temperatures on the cool side there. And variably cloudy skies with some sun breaks here across southern Alaska. Pretty good weather. Kodiak Island, highs anywhere from 60 to lower 70s over the inland areas. Same thing for the Alaska Peninsula and Bristol Bay. And then out to the west, there's a weakening system out here, not very strong at all, bringing some clouds and moisture from Adak on into the eastern Aleutians, spreading up toward the Alaska Peninsula. For tonight, look for rain here, with that low center near the eastern Aleutians. We'll have rain from Nikolsky spreading into the Alaska Peninsula. Drier conditions behind that. Not much going on over the remainder of the Bering Sea. A few showers here up over the northern areas, but winds light and conditions mostly dry. And look for areas of rain and scattered isolated thunderstorms here along this trough in the green shaded areas, extending from northeast to southwest, tapering off there in the southern Kuskokwim Valley. So that should leave the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta. Western interior stays dry with some clearing, and of course smoke anywhere through the interior tonight, with scattered rain and snow showers here for the Brooks Range and the eastern Arctic coast. And basically dry for the Copper River Basin, and still some showers for the Panhandle, but slowly diminishing, but they'll linger through tomorrow, but become pretty widely scattered and isolated in the afternoon, with probably dry conditions down toward Prince of Wales Island area, with showers likely Prince William Sound, eastern Kenai Peninsula, over to about Cordova or so. And then a pretty widespread area of rain, showers, scattered isolated thunderstorms here from the eastern interior on up into the Koyukuk Valley, down to the southwest toward Bethel, there in the Kuskokwim Delta. But the northwest interior, where the fire danger is forecast to be highest, that's where the sunshine, dry conditions will be there into the Seward Peninsula. Could see some sun breaks for St. Lawrence Island, as well as Nunivak Island with a light offshore flow. Low pressure here keeps it wet over the Alaska Peninsula, with isolated showers for the eastern Aleutians with light winds. And kind of breezy, wet day for Kodiak Island as that front rotates up into the area there, dry with light winds over just about all the Bering Sea and the Aleutians here. This system pretty much staying to the south. And then for the day, Thursday, that slides off just to the south of the Aleutian chain here, so really not much effect at all, except possibly for Adak and Atka. And if it does, it won't be much at all, just a slight chance of some light precipitation there. This system stays out to the northwest, doesn't affect anything. And then some showers for the Seward Peninsula, or areas of light rain, fog, and drizzle there from the Bering Strait right on up into the Chukchi Sea, just grazing the northwest coast. And clouds, low clouds, fog possible for the Arctic coast, north slope, but from the Brooks Range southward here, this area looking pretty good, with dry conditions, light winds, and possible sunshine. Showers, isolated thunderstorms again here along this trough, either side of that trough across just about all of southern Alaska here. This system, pretty active now. The front gathering some strength and driving east-northeastward, pushing gale force winds into the southeast coast here with rain becoming heavy at times, central and south coast down to Prince of Wales Island. Wet conditions with that extending up along the North Gulf Coast into Prince William Sound, southern Kenai Peninsula. Stays wet there at Kodiak Island. That low just to the east, still close enough to keep rain falling there. Wind's not too bad though, but look for some IFR flying conditions definitely. And then for the day on Saturday, that low slides eastward, weakens. The front kind of hangs up as it makes landfall along the coast and slowly weakens, but takes its time moving out of the area there. So rain diminishing in the afternoon, becoming more showery, possibly ending for Prince of Wales Island, but another trough off the coast that will probably enhance those showers as it moves in late Friday and Friday night. Otherwise, not too bad. Variably cloudy with scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms here anywhere over southern Alaska. A little bit more widespread here from the Copper River Basin on up into the upper Tanana Valley 40-mile country to about Eagle. North of Eagle, Yukon Flats drying out again. Dry conditions there, light winds. That extends back to the western Arctic coast into the Seward Peninsula, and some clearing for the coastal areas of the Yukon Delta. Isolated showers for the Alaska Peninsula, afternoon showers for Kodiak Island, and just some scattered shower activity out here over the western Bering Sea and the Aleutians. Pretty benign weather out there for this time of year, July. That's when you'd expect it. And for the lows tonight, mid-20s, 25 to 35. Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast, otherwise in the 40s and 50s elsewhere around the state. Lower 40s, though, for the Bering Sea and the Aleutians, upper 30s, St. Lawrence Island. And for the highs tomorrow, 65 to 70 for the interior areas, right on down in toward Bethel. And then cooler 50s to lower 60s here for the coast, lower 40s, St. Lawrence Island to near 50 for the Pribilofs, lower 50s, Adak and Atka, and the Alaska Peninsula. And for the highs in the southeast coast, 60 to 65. That'll be followed by lows down that way in the upper 40s to lower 50s, 40s and 50s. Areas south of the Brooks Range here, 40s and 50s for the lows, but 25 to 35 for the lows again for the North Slope and the Arctic coast. And then for afternoon highs on Thursday, right around 40 there for Utah-Gavik, and 40s and 50s here for the North Slope. 65 to 70 again for the interior, maybe 71 around Northway and Toe, possibly 70 for Eagle. Otherwise 60s, lower to mid 60s, south central Alaska, upper 50s to near 60 for the Panhandle, and in the 40s for the Aleutians. Some areas rising into the lower 50s like St. Paul and Adak.